Touchdown, Shaq rolling. Instant offense. Is it good? It is! Elliott Fry going to overtime against number 5 Missouri. 4th and goal from the 15. It's all right here. Touchdown, Carolina. Snap it back, put it down, trying to tie it up.
He missed it, he missed it, he missed it, he missed it.
Carolina wins it on the road. And for the 5th straight year, they have beaten the Clemson Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium. Now put your hands together for your South Carolina Gamecocks.
All my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards. Ain't giving up, 2005 stage hurry up. We blowing up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, bust the lines with our helmets down. Bows up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up.
Now it's team getting drugged through the sands of the mud. See, Carolina's never giving up. Running through your defense. Who the bad? It's showtime. Gamecocks to the goal line. Come and tear it up. See, the scared of us. Ain't too many that's bad as us. Send them back where they came from. We don't play with them. Get them out of the stadium. Get them ready for the touchdown. See, their fans on hush now when the touchdown getting rough now. Got them all on panic mode. When the Gamecock band explodes. Better man up. If you're proud to be a Carolina Gamecock fan, put your hand up. You know the deal when we hit the field. Cause that kickoff time, believe it's all real. Now who wants some? Come get some. True chance, never won in this division. I don't let the haters worry me. See the black and the garnet squad. Hit hard. Where my Gamecock fans in the place at? Put them up. Show me where your game face at. Where my Gamecock fans in the place at? Put them up. Show me where your game face at.
Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards. Ain't giving up, 2005 stage hurry up. We blowing up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, bust the lines with our helmets down. Bows up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up.
Go Cox, hit them on the line, backs on the grind, lean on your mind. Black magic, back in the fizzle, action on the play, pass up the middle. We don't give a damn if it's 4th and 9. We can run that play like a 2nd and 8. Bring your weak leg back to the front of the line, and like a coop full of cops, we rushing the gate. Another first down, put some out of bounds. Clock stopping the ball for the touchdown. Heart beating, 85,000 fans with my arms try to get them all to calm down. So cocky, try to stop me. Big boys on the line, but they block me. You in the field with the good on grades, fairgrounds for them tails we gave. Everybody from the Gamecocks, stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks, stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks, stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks, stand up, represent, put your hands up.
My Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards. Ain't giving up, 2005 stage hurry up. We blowing up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, bust the lines with our helmets down. Bows up, what's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up.
Hey, you guys, and this is AllDayLive, and I thank everybody for watching today because this is going to be something about kids' growth and youth programs. We shouldn't call them kids. I am WillPWilson. This is AllDayLive, and we've got Brian Mann. Brian, it's good to see Keith Dougherty. It's good to see you as well.
Thanks,
and,
Will.
Good to see James Wlos. James, thank you, PSKS.org. Peace in the Streets for Kids in the Streets. And Brian, We're greatly honored. Now, I know we're going to try to put a lot into this next 26 minutes so we can teach them about these programs and the Northwest Cardinals, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the Northwest Cardinals are a semi-pro football team here in the Northwest for this next coming season here in the Northwest. What's the football league?
The football league is the Northwestern Football League, sir. And our season starts in May.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about that. You're the coach of this? I mean...
Yes, I'm the coach and currently in the process, finishing the process is to become the full owner of the team.
Okay.
And what it is an opportunity for a bunch of guys to get together. There's no pay involved other than personal gratification and knowing that you work in a team environment to achieve victory. You know, and it's just a bunch of guys from the age of 18. We got some guys that are 30 and a couple years above to come together and play the game of football. It's full contact. NFL rules apply. You know, there's spots on the team. If anybody wants to come out, we still got spots on the team. Anybody wants to help coach, I'm always welcome to that. You know, just come out. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna play some football. We're gonna stick to some fundamentals. What you don't know, we're gonna teach you. I'm not a hard coach to get along with. You know, I just want to work with you and fine-tune your skills that you already have. If you got no football experience but love the game of football and want to play, you know, to show off for your girlfriend or do whatever you want to do, give me a call. I'll invite you to practice, and everybody's got a spot on my team. There's no limit to the people that I can have. We can always use you in some way. You know, and for a lot of people, this is going to be the next opportunity, maybe fresh out of high school and wasn't quite good enough to get noticed by the colleges locally and around the nation. We're going to do what we can do to help promote you. I got some equipment available that I'll be able to put together highlight reels from you. Like I said, the season starts in May. It's a 9-game season. We're based out of Federal Way, but we're playing all across the Washington area, playing different teams in the Northwestern League. You know, my number is posted on the screen. Mr. Willis took the opportunity to do so. Feel free to contact me if you want to play, if you want to coach. I have season tickets available for $25. That includes 8 home games. It also gets you a free beverage during the game. We like your sport. We're going to have t-shirts to sell. If you want to help us out in any way, run concessions or anything, that's going to be available. We're going to make it affordable. I know that a lot of us live on a limited budget. It's just an opportunity to get younger people together and positively interact with amongst each other. We know there's so much negativity out here in this world, and a lot of us can use the love of football that we have and come together and unite under that cause and have a lot of fun doing so and play some good old smash mouth football. You know, I'm an SEC guy, born and raised in South Carolina. That's all we do down there is play smash mouth football. So, you know, but I just want to help the young guys as well as help myself by helping the youth and those who want to learn. I'm also helping myself, you know. My passion for the game of football has been a lifelong one. It's carried me through a lot of situations. You know, I always try to be the best player that I could be. I try to be the best person I could be, the best coach I can be. I'm not a limited-minded coach. If you got an offensive play or defensive scheme that you want to run on my team, we're going to make that happen. We're going to try it out, and if it works and it produces positive things for our team, then we're going to steal into the playbook. There's no set playbook as of yet. We practice Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I understand that you have job obligations. If you are late or cannot make it, I fully understand you got to pay your bills. You know, it's just an opportunity to allow people to come together and play the game of football. And possibly, if it's your dream to move to the next level, we're going to do what we can do to highlight your skills and to get you in that direction. A lot of that requires you as a player to put forth the effort, and that is to play each down like you're the other 10 men on the field, like you want them to play for you. You know, which brings me to my next issue. Like I said, I just recently moved up here to the Seattle area. Met a young man today that's got a lot of same dreams I do, is helping the youth of today, keeping them off the streets. You know, and me and this young man, I'm not going to say his name, but he's a great guy, and you just feel that sometimes when you meet people, because that is my total aim. Just a quick biography about myself. I grew up in a pretty rough area, Columbia, South Carolina. Some unfortunate events took me away from my mother and father. So I was raised in group homes and everything, but and I say that to say that's not a bad thing, because God has a plan for every last one of us, and I firmly believe that God is in my life every day and in every step, and I have to institute Him in it, and definitely have to give God a big shout out for being there for me, you know, pulling me through some things. But, you know, so as my life progressed and football was over, I went down some wrong roads that led to a temporary incarceration. During this incarceration, I had to learn to stop blaming the world and blame myself for my actions. And, you know, so post-incarceration release, I just had this vision that I wanted to help the kids of the world. Every child that I could touch, you know, whether regardless of their age, you know. And so speaking with this young man that I had the opportunity to meet with today, you know, his social skills and his years on this earth, which are just a few short years greater than mine, combined with my experience on the quote unquote streets and some of the things I've been through, we can make a lot of noise and you know, interact with the community, not just the children, because there are a lot of us adults that need fine tuning too, myself included. You know, so that's just my dream here in the Seattle area, is to bring from down south what I was able to make some noise with down there, and to help the lives of as many individuals as I can, you know, personally putting God first in everything that I do, you know, and also just instituting just the talk. Talk is everything, you know. Talking is free. It don't cost a lot of money just to talk to the community, to the gang members, to, you know, those who are maybe misguided or just, you know, misunderstood. You know, a lot of times we live in a world that, you know, has changed in the last 25 years. A lot of single-parented households, you know, and even then the parent that is there in their life has to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet in this economy. So, you know, I can't be nobody's father or mother, but I can be a friend that they can talk to. And coming here to Seattle, God works in mysterious ways. Here I am just picking up a little part-time job, driving trucks for a particular company, and I meet this young man to my right here by the name of Keith Dougherty, and wow, words cannot express this young man. He tells me all the time that I help him out, but only, you know, by helping you out, it helps me out too. And the positive thing about having a brother like you in my life is that we can make noise together, and that 2 people from 2 different areas, you know, but definitely shout out to the East Coast, because we're both from the East Coast, you know, Boston and South Carolina. But you know, man, we're gonna make a lot of noise. We got some people that's willing to help us, some people that are already making some noise, and we're gonna make some noise in this community in a positive direction. You know, possibly some opportunity with the Seahawks players maybe coming our way, you know, and that's a good thing, because their popularity will help us get the message out. But overall, I just, you know, going back to the football thing, it's an opportunity for young men to come out, and young women. There's no rules in the league says young women cannot play. If you got the talent, young lady, I'm gonna put you on my team, and I will make you a starter. And so, you know, your age is irrelevant. You know, your skill set is irrelevant. I don't care if you never played football. I got a young man on my team who's never played football, but he's listened to me and took my guidance, and he's coming along pretty well. You know, he didn't have much money, and he told me that. I went and bought him a pair of cleats. I told him, you can't be out here on my field, and you know, I don't need you hurt. So, you know, contact information is on the bottom of the page. Mr. Wills is provided that for you. Feel free to call me, text me, email me, anything you want to. Any way you want to contribute to this team. If you want to be a cheerleader, we'll get you a set of pom-poms and let you cheerlead the Northwest Cardinals, because we're going to go ahead and take the championship this year. And the first year of existence, you know, new ownership, of course, and that's going to be a big thing. So, you know, just trying to get this message out here about the Northwest Cardinals and about the leagues. You know, it starts before the NFL, starts before college football. So give you opportunity to come out and watch some football prior to that. Gentlemen, occupy your time. I know you missed that football. I wish I could hibernate when it wasn't football season. But, you know, just want to make a lot of positive movements in my new community. Seattle is a great area. The Fife area, Federal Way, Tacoma, everything. Anywhere in Washington that I can, I want to make some noise and bring a lot to the community, because we need, you know, community involvement is going down in America, and we need to bring that back up, you know, and understand that the youth of today are our future of tomorrow. And if they're not guided properly, then, you know, we're in for a bad future. And, you know, with governmental issues right now, we're already in enough trouble, so we don't need no more. But that's another day, another subject. So just getting the message out here. And I think at this time, I'm going to pass it on to this young man to my right, Keith, and let him talk a little bit about some movements he's trying to make.
Well, my life's been blessed ever since Brian got out here to the West Coast. Without a doubt, he's got a mission, and he's dedicated to giving back, much the same way as WillPWilson and James over here doing what he's doing on the streets. Just a bunch of group of people together trying to serve the next generation, trying to help build people up instead of tearing them down. What I saw today with Brian meeting with the gentleman that I know is Those two are just kindred spirits, and the work that they can do is just going to be legendary. When he brought up the word Seahawks, I'm not trying to ride their coattails. I'm real proud of the Seahawks, even being a Patriots fan. They stuck together like a team this year. They proved that they could play well, and they did it all the way through till the end of the season. I was one of the guys that stuck behind Pete Carroll when he was in New England because I believed in him, and it was real great to see him do that. But really, the winning is what people love, and it makes people happy and gives them a reason to smile. And Brian's made a lot of people smile since he's been here. He doesn't brag about it. He doesn't boast about it. He just does it. And anybody that comes across this organization of the Northwest Cardinals is going to feel blessed and lucky and fortunate that they crossed his path. I can't describe it all. You have to experience it. So I would suggest anybody that even wants to see somebody doing good in the community to come out and support his football, whether you like football or not. Just come out and watch. You're going to see a real coach in action, building his team players up. And when he talks about winning the championship, he can back it up. Anyways, I'm just grateful that Will had time today for the show, and I'm grateful that Brian's here, and I'm grateful that James is here. And that's all I can really say at this point.
There's one thing that Keith is leaving out because he makes a great movement for the veterans. Those who made it possible for us to live freely today. So I want you to talk a little bit about that, Keith, because
Okay.
the veterans are important in our lives,
No, I appreciate it. I went in front of the University of Washington Law School. They have an entrepreneurial law clinic. Anybody that has a great business concept should go and speak to the entrepreneurial law clinic. I took a concept there called bidtoeat.com. It's kind of funny because when I went into trade market, a patent attorney in San Francisco tried to steal it and tried to present the idea as his own at TechCrunch. They didn't believe him. They believed me. The reason they believe me is because I'm definitely committed to helping veterans and their families, and I'm trying to bridge the gap between our federal government and what a civilian can do. I've never served in the military. I'm grateful for every one of the people that have served our country and given me the freedom I have. So what I can do is I can network people. I'm really good at putting resources together and finding solutions. One of my buddies that I help is a retired Master Sergeant down in Houston, Texas. He told me I stood with him every step of the way, and I won't take any credit for it. I'm very proud of him for working for General Electric now because he's hiring people all over the Southeast right now. That's a miracle because that just means that I can help anybody that's sitting up here in the Northwest without a job right now, doesn't know what to do next, getting really frustrated. Any veteran that comes back to this state with PTSD and just doesn't know where to turn, well, guess what? I have a great contact with you that actually hires people for GE, and he does give people a chance. He will battle corporate. Believe it or not, in a big company like that, he'll go to bat for somebody. That's just who he is. He's a man of his word. He taught me something about honesty, integrity, loyalty, and leadership. And I call that taking the hill. I might have stolen it from the Marines, I don't know. But that's just something I believe in. And he's going to do a public speaking tour on that at some point. And I'm going to entitle that Taking the Hill. And it's going to be from Abraham Negron, retired Master Sergeant. That man lives every word that he says. He's like Brian. He found out that near the Houston VA hospital, people couldn't get rides to go to a doctor's appointment. These are veterans that served us that can't even get a ride to a doctor's appointment. He's figured out a way to do it, and he went and got a business license. And he said, I might have to be his driver for a while, so I may end up in Houston for a bit. But I have no problem doing that. I think it's a wonderful thing. Somebody else said it couldn't be done, and he did it. So those are the kind of people I associate with, and I just love being around positive people that are backing up their words with their actions.
Incredible. Real quick, I was going to ask Mrs. WillPWilson, can you give us some input real quick about, Brian, about the, what's it called, second chances?
Second chance.
Bring it up right here. Second chances. What is that? Right there. Give some input on that, Brian.
Okay. I'm starting a program called Second Chance, and what it is, it's just an opportunity for me to reach out to, I keep saying the youth, but to me, youth is not a number, youth is a mentality. So to those who may have been astray, myself personally, I spent 8 years incarcerated, changed my life around. That was a long time ago, but it's still fresh in my mind because you have to remember where you come from to know where you're going. I had a lot of dreams that I could have accomplished earlier in life that I'm just now accomplishing. Frederick Douglass, one of the great men in history, is quoted as saying, the only dreams that come true are the ones you make come true. So Second Chance is just an opportunity for individuals to come together, for us to outreach and use community resources to, make positive movements amongst each other as a community. And as it proceeds to get along, I would love to be able to be active in the community, cleaning up the parks, cleaning up the streets, the highways, doing what we can do to make the greater Seattle community a better place. you know, it's also an opportunity. I talk to gentlemen every now and then that are, you know, fathers who have stories of their own, and, you know, it's an opportunity for people to come together. Second chance involves, you know, that sometimes we have a first chance in life and we don't necessarily accomplish the goals we set in it. There may be some minor setbacks and stuff, and we all have that. You know, second chance is the opportunity for us to come together and make them first chances happen through the second chance. You know, God forgives us. A lot of people feel that society doesn't forgive them. I've known a lot of people that was incarcerated with me that came out with that same mentality. And, you know, I never accepted that. I never accepted that there wasn't no chance. Nobody was going to hire me. Nobody was going to give me a job. I worked at the Waffle House making waffles and sausage and fried eggs all day. But it was a job. It was legal. It kept me busy. And I worked my way all the way through management. Very lucrative career. And I thank Mr. Tom and Mr. Joe, the founders of the Waffle House, for giving me that opportunity, for believing in me. You know, it's just the opportunity to let people know there's somebody here for you. We're going to do what we can to try to find you a job. Not just a job. We're going to do what we can do to get you in school. You know, whatever your needs are to help you achieve your goals, that's what Second Chance is going to do for you. You know, and all it requires that you talk, that you be open and honest, because, you know, what's discussed within walls of Second Chance is going to stay within Second Chance. It would not even be discussed, you know, at home or nothing, because it's, you know, it's like saying when you go to a doctor, they're not supposed to share your information, so I'm not going to share your information with nobody that is not involved with Second Chance. So, you know, and I extend this out to parents. You know, if you just need somebody to talk to your child, maybe they're getting in a little bit of trouble at school or something, or doing some things that children do growing up in their teenage years, you know, feel free to call me any time of day or night. I will meet with you and your child. We will discuss. We will go through a family counseling session. Totally free. I'm not Dr. Phil, but I've been through some things, and we can find a solution together. You know, I'm not the type just to get in and tell you this is the way it needs to be done, this is what needs to be done. No, we're going to come up with a solution together that's better for everybody, to make everybody's situations better. So Second Chance, in a long story short, is just an opportunity for people who missed out on that first chance. You know, help them realize you didn't miss out on it. It just got delayed a little bit. And for us to come together and, as a community and as individuals in the community, to come together and prove that there are power in numbers for that statement to be correct, and to make a lot of noise together in positive direction, to do things, you know. Hey, if we need to, we can take it back to elementary and middle school, and we can go on field trips together, just to fellowship and have a lot of fun. You know, I'm a Christian. I believe in God and His importance in my life, that without Him, I can do nothing. You know, and if you're not comfortable talking about religion, we won't talk about that. But you know, I got to put that out there because God is number one in my life. So, you know, it's just an opportunity for us to work with the community to establish, you know, with some politicians, to get the noise out here that we need their help, you know, to make things happen for these people, to give second chances for employers, to give second chances. You know, there's always that question on the application. And I inspire anybody, fill it out truthfully. And when they ask you what you did, don't write nothing. Just put "will explain" in the interview. There's something I learned in a business class. You know, this a lot of times is going to make the situation a little bit better. You know, so it's just an opportunity for people to get together and do positive things together, and to reach these youth of America before they are too lost. Even though I believe there's personally not a such thing as too lost. And create a sense of positivity amongst the group, to inspire each other to reach out to these jobs. You know, I put in every bit of footwork that I have to do to help you out in any way that I can. You know, day or night, call me. I will be here to help you out in any way that I can.
Real quick, Brian, I was going to mention this is WillPWilson. And by the way, Keith, I apologize if I didn't introduce you earlier at the beginning of the show. Maybe I didn't.
Don't worry about it.
But I got you up there right now so that they know that, and I appreciate that. And so everybody knows what you've been doing out here in the Northwest. You've been up against a lot of stuff here, and you've done an incredible job, Keith. And now we're going to maybe going to be coaching, huh? Is that possible?
I'll be helping in some capacity.
Yeah. So, Brian, as far as second chances, it's going to be a program for young males, in 20s, 30s.
It's not just males. It's females. Also, you know, anybody who feels misguided, misunderstood, it's an opportunity for you to be heard and to share with us what your dreams are and what we can do to achieve them.
So it's a youth program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's not football. It's Football's the Northwest Cardinals, right?
Exactly.
That's a
definitely
whole
Northwest
different
Cardinals.
thing. But Cardinals,
You're soon to be Northwest Division champion, sir.
I can't blame them on that point. And so you're going to be recruiting here pretty quick on that, right? The Northwest Cardinals. So
Oh,
right
exactly.
here?
We've already started practicing, but I got spots on my team.
Okay.
You know, and if you're like me and a little bit too old and a little bit too banged up from your future years of playing and you want to help coach, I welcome you. I need all the help that I can get. Offense, defense, special teams, whatever you can contribute to the team. If you just want to tow the water jug, you know, hey, that's fine with me too. We need all the help that we can get to make this organization a success and to bring these champions forth in each and every individual of this Northwest Cardinals team. So, you know, that's about it I got on that.
They can get a hold of you at 865,
Yes, sir.
something like that,
Yes, sir. It's right down the bottom of the screen.
202-2474. We got it right there.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Call me, text
And-
me,
Yeah.
IM me, Snapchat me, do whatever you got to do. I'm on all that. You can hit me on Twitter. I'm at Mr._Gamecock on Twitter. Very active on the Twitter front. So y'all look me up, contact me, and let's get this football life going for you. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you know, it's kind of interesting, but football players are tougher than people realize. They just don't know how tough they are. But sometimes football players don't know how tough they are either.
the
But,
good
you know,
football players are tougher than anybody. You know,
Yeah.
I constantly dispute the game of football. You know, not dispute it, talk about it. And a lot of players are like, let's take for instance, after the NFC Championship game, Mr. Richard Sherman, Mr. Shut 'em down cornerback, he went on a little bit of tyrant, you know, and a lot of people, he's a thug. No, as a lifelong football fan, player, and everything, to me, that showed his passion, you know, and that's what I want on my football field. I want the
We got 5 minutes.
You
Go,
know,
yeah.
okay. I want the passion that Richard Sherman has to you know to boast a little bit, you know, but also play for the other 10 members of your team on the field with you. You know, so y'all come on out. Let's be a part of this Cardinals organization. We're going to the championship this year, and we're going to win it. So you want to be part of a winning team, you can definitely come to Northwest Cardinals, and more importantly, just as equally, I should say, man, you know, second chance. Call me. We're gonna make that happen for you, and we're gonna make you a champion in this life.
I was going to ask you really quick. You played football at the University of South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
No kidding.
Yes,
What
sir.
position?
I
What
play
position?
tailback, sir.
You were a tailback.
Yes, sir.
So nobody could catch up with you. That's a fact. They still are.
Whew, I
Nobody-
tell you what,
There's a lot
it's
there.
funny because I'm soon to be 40 years old and I run a faster 40 now than I did at 20. So, and it's just funny.
Well, you know, I know of when I helped start a semi-pro team about 38 years ago. We had 80,000 people show up at Canada at the first game. It was the first Canadian-American football game in history, apparently. And they'd waited generations to see it, and that's what happened. It was the Snohomish County Raiders against the Trojans, BC Trojans. We had 80,000 people show up at Empire Stadium many years ago.
See, that's
And-
awesome. So you was a pioneer to make this happen for people like me. So, and I greatly appreciate that, Will.
Well, now we got to live up to that. We got to get 80,000 again.
Yes, sir.
And now are you going to be playing in Canada too? Things like that?
No, sir. You know, my goal with this league, being that it's a newer league, I think it's been 6 years now, is to expand. Let's make this a bigger thing and help with more dreams to be accomplished, you know, amongst the players.
So what we're dealing with is a future season coming up this fall.
Oh, yes,
right?
sir. The season begins, our first game is in May. It's a 13-game season. We
Yeah.
have 8 home games. Like I said, season tickets are available, $25, get you in all home games, get your free beverage, you know, and a good show. Some good
Yeah.
smash mouth, old school football.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
going to be clean football. We're not going to break no rules. Now, we might have a couple 15-yard personal foul penalties, but, you know, that's okay. It's going to happen in a football game. Shows me a little intensity.
Real quick, while we got a second here, James Wlos, give us some input on PSKS, and then maybe this could fit into the Second Chances program as well. Piece of the Street for Kids in the Street.
Yeah,
James, real quick.
Yeah, Peace of the Streets for Kids in the Streets could always use someone in the sporting business. I definitely see a lot of young youths coming in the door with absolutely nothing better to do but sit, hang around, and they sit in the urban villages and destroy their lives over drugs, alcohol, and relationships that just don't add up to nothing. So they really could definitely utilize your skills for a football team.
You're very good. So PSKS could fit into this Second Chances program.
I would
right,
hope
James?
so.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We can definitely help each other out. It's a
Incredible.
big movement.
Incredible. Yeah, James has got a lot. He's worked with help. He was one of the founders of this program. James, right?
Yeah, Elaine started it in September of 1995.
And you were one of the
and,
founders.
it's been going on for the last 19 years. Peace of the Streets, Bad Kids in the Streets, at 1609 19th Avenue.
Okay, thank you a lot, James. Appreciate that. Real quick, one last statement, Brian. We got about a minute and a half left.
Just to reiterate everything I said, Northwest Cardinals has room for you on the team, whether you want to coach, whether you want to play, whether you want to be a cheerleader. Contact me. My information is on the bottom of the screen again. Email me, call me, text me, do whatever you got to do to get to me. And lastly, I want to, from the home front, I'm going to give a shout out to them South Carolina Gamecocks. Just competed in the combine. To Davion Clowney, Mr. Bruce Ellerton, Carnesall. Hey, good job, guys, man. I thank you for 4 great seasons at the University of South Carolina. And hey, go UW too. I'm a resident here now, and I done bought me a hat and a T-shirt. So go UW. Look forward to an exciting season from the Huskies.
Incredible. Thank you, Brian, a lot. And then they got the contact information at the bottom. Like I said, it's right all here, you guys. And then, Keith, any last statement you got, real quick?
No, I just want everybody to know that I haven't given up the fight. I went through the process of our judicial system. I got this Ninth Circuit case, 12-35580. I'm not going to stop till I go to the Supreme Court. Never should have come down to this. It's a disgrace that any school district would waste $500,000 of our taxpayer dollars instead of just doing the right thing. That money could have been better spent keeping kids off the streets, giving kids second chances. So that's all on that.
Real quick, and James Wlos, give us one last statement. Anything you want?
I'd like to see more kids get off the streets.
Yeah, I agree with him. He's done a lot for the homeless people here for 20 years as well. Right, James? And he's blew the whistle on all them sitting around talking about and not doing anything. It's spending millions of dollars to do that.
Don't talk
right, James?
about it. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Appreciate it a lot, you guys. Thank you very much for watching All Day Live, everybody. And as I bring up the information here, it's James Wlos. Get a hold of him at psks.org. That's Keith Dougherty. Get a hold of you, Keith, at keithdough@gmail.com.
Thank you.
Right, you guys. And then we got Second Chances Youth Empowerment. Contact Brian Mann, 865-202-2474. Did I say that right? I did say that right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. And then we got this information here, Brian Mann, same thing. You can get a hold of you. You're going to be one of the coaches, right? What are you going to coach? You're going to set this whole thing up. If we keep going, we might get a couple thousand people showing up, right?
Yeah, that's what we aim for.
To play,
not just for the team, but for the league. Let's expand this league and get to some other states and whoop some butt outside of Washington.
Well, do you think we get up to Canada and do that again?
That would be lovely. I think me and you and some other people can accomplish that.
Yeah, I mean they don't have that same stadium anymore, but they got another one to still fill it up, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, let's work on that.
There's another Doug Flutie out there.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing better to do, right?
You're right.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys, everybody, for watching All Day Live. And this is WillPWilson, and we'll see you on the next rebound. Now, this is football, not basketball. Sorry about that. I mean, it's the next field place kick, right?
Next series.
Series. Championship.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, everybody, watching All Day Live. Thank you a lot, Brian. Thank you, Keith. And thank you a lot, James. Okay. We'll see you probably more on this because we're going to be more reporting on.
Yes.
Get the football players here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I can get them here probably next week sometime when I come back from my trip from down south.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Oops. And thank you for watching All Day Live, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Going to overtime against number 5 Missouri. 4th and goal from the 15. It's all right here. Touchdown, Carolina! Snap it back, put it down, trying to tie it up.
He missed it! He missed it! He missed it! He missed it!
Carolina wins it on the road! And for the 5th straight year, they have beaten the Clemson Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium. Now put your hands together for your South Carolina Gamecocks.
All my Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards, ain't giving up 2,000.
sound of the mud. See, Carolina's never giving up. Running through your defense. Who the bad? It's showtime. Gamecocks to the goal line. Come and tear it up. See the scared of us. Ain't too many that's bad as us. Send them back where they came from. We don't play with them. Get them out of the stadium. Get them ready for the touchdown. See the fans on hush now when the clutch now getting rough now. Got them all on panic mode. When the Gamecock band explodes. Better man up. If you're proud to be a Carolina Gamecock fan, put your hand up. You know the deal when we hit the field. Cause that kickoff time, believe it's all real. Now who wants some? Come get some. True chance, never won in this division. I don't let the haters worry me. See the black and the garnet squad. Hit hard. Where my Gamecock fans in the place at? Put them up, show me where your game face at. Where my Gamecock fans in the place at? Put them up, show me where your game face at.
Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards. Ain't giving up. 2005 stage spurry up. We blowing up. What's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks. Stand up. What's the line with our helmets down? Bulls up. What's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks. Stand up.
Yeah, go Cops, get them on the line, backs on the grind, we ain't on your mind. Black magic, back in the fizzle, action on the play, pass up the middle. We don't give a damn if it's 4th and 9. We can run that play like a 2nd and 8. Bring your weak leg back to the front of the line, and like a coup for the Cops, we rushing the gate. Another first down, plus I'm out of bounds. Clock stop in the 4th for the touchdown. Heart beating, 85,000 fans with my arms, try to get them all to calm down. So cocky, try to stop me. Big boys on the line, but they block me. You on the field with the good on grades, fairgrounds for them tails we gave. Everybody from the Gamecocks stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks stand up, represent, put your hands up. Gamecocks stand up, represent, put your hands up.
My Carolina Gamecocks, stand up, even 4th down and 9 yards. Ain't giving up. 2005 stage spurry up. We blowing up. What's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks. Stand up. What's the lines with our helmets down? Bulls up. What's the reason for that other team? Showing up with my Carolina Gamecocks. Stand up.
Greetings fellow anons and freedom fighters of the web, I have important news to announce. It involves the Fukushima Daiichi power plant foreclosure. There is a petition going around Facebook that is encouraging people to sign it. We ask for you to sign it, so that we can get 100,000 signatures in 30 days needed for the White House to be required to respond. Make your voice heard. Together we can make a difference. We the people have a right to know, sign and share. Take a stand. We are anonymous, we are legion, we do not forgive, we do not forget, expect us.
Get up right now, 'cause all we got is right now. Tomorrow way too far away, but we can get back.
Talking into the microphone. We'll do 10 Fukushima facts. It is estimated that there are 13,031 used nuclear fuel rods that need to be removed from Fukushima. According to Reuters, the combined amount of cesium-137 contained in those nuclear fuel rods is 14,000 times greater than what was released when the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima at the end of World War II. Officials in Japan admit that 300 tons of radioactive water from Fukushima is entering the Pacific Ocean every 24 hours. According to a professor at Tokyo University, 3 gigabecquerels of cesium-137 are flowing into the port at Fukushima Daiichi every single day. According to TEPCO, a total of somewhere between 20 trillion and 40 trillion becquerels of radioactive tritium have gone into the Pacific Ocean since the Fukushima disaster first began. Something is causing fish along the west coast of Canada and the United States to bleed from their gills, bellies, and eyeballs. 104 150 former sailors and Marines say that they now have radiation sickness as a result of serving on the U.S. Navy ships near Fukushima, and they are suing for damages. Iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90 that are constantly... 10 Fukushima facts. 1. It is estimated that there are 1,331 used nuclear fuel rods that need to be removed from Fukushima. According to Reuters, the combined amount of cesium-137 contained in those nuclear fuel rods is 14,000. He left.
We've launched a petition at whitehouse.gov that is full disclosure for Fukushima, and Anonymous is currently helping us get the signatures required. We need 100,000 signatures in 30 days. If we do not get the 100,000 signatures in this 30-day period, we will refile the petition and refile the petition and refile the petition until we do get the 100,000 signatures. All right, you got the information at the bottom of the screen. They can go to the whitehouse.gov and actually sign the petition. Just like any other petition site, you need to create an account to do it.
But once you create an account, you could then look at all the other petitions out there, but this is the important one, or at least to us. That's why we're promoting it here. Fukushima has been leaking for at least 2 years now. Let's see, officials in Japan admit that 300 tons of radioactive water from Fukushima is entering the Pacific Ocean every 24 hours. It kind of seems like a drop in the well, but, you know, a few years down the line, it does accumulate and it does spread. So
So what are some other things going on in Fukushima? You got your 10 facts there. What would they be?
I have 10 Fukushima facts here right in front of me. We got flyers we're going to try and spread throughout the city, potentially, or some random person might. But one is that it is estimated that there are 1,331 used nuclear fuel rods that need to be removed from Fukushima. And number 2, according to Reuters, the combined amount of cesium-137 contained in those nuclear fuel rods is 14,000 times greater than what was released when the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima at the end of World War II. And officials in Japan admit that 300 tons of radioactive water from Fukushima is entering Pacific Ocean every 24 hours. Said that one already. According to a professor at Tokyo University, 3 gigabecquerels of cesium-137 are flowing into the port at Fukushima Daiichi every single day. According to TEPCO, a total of somewhere between 20 trillion and 40 trillion becquerels of radioactive tritium have gotten into the Pacific Ocean since the Fukushima first began, or the Fukushima disaster first began. And something is causing fish along the west coast of Canada to bleed from their gills, bellies, and eyeballs. Failed to tell you that in the news. 150 former sailors and Marines say that they now have radiation sickness as a result of serving on the U.S. Navy's ships near Fukushima, and they are suing for damages. The iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90 that are constantly coming from Fukushima are going to affect the health of those living in the northern hemisphere for a very, very, very long time. It is believed that Fukushima nuclear facility originally contained a whopping 1,760 tons of nuclear material, and it is being projected that the entire Pacific Ocean will soon, quote, have cesium levels 5 to 10 times higher than what we witnessed during the era of heavy atomic bombing testing in the Pacific many decades ago. So this is not going away anytime soon, and it is only going to get worse, and we need to do something. So we're just trying to figure out what else we can do, what the government knows that they're not going to tell us.
Right, by getting the petition signed, because let's face it, the geeks got 100,000 signatures to build a Death Star. Everybody remembers that petition went around the internet. We need 100,000 signatures, build a Death Star. Obama responded to the petition. If they will respond to building a Death Star, they had better respond to full disclosure on Fukushima. If they do not respond to it, then we know that they are hiding something. And who knows, maybe some masked friends of ours can help bring some of that stuff to light. But for now, let's try the petition and let's try raising awareness. And everybody hit the Pangea Archival Network.
By the way, you guys want, of course, it does have that whistle sound to it, doesn't it? This is Will, and I want to mention that we do have Professor Gizmo, and Professor, it's a great honor to have you. We got here as well. But as we're bootstrapping this, well, you're probably right. Yeah, we'll have to, obviously, we're being sabotaged here on the set, just so people know that. Isn't it fun? Anyway, at least you get a chance to observe this, everybody, and we do this for nothing. Of course, it does pay, doesn't it? We're paying the price, no matter what. Yeah, you're probably right. It's okay. We've got to figure it out here now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy all the drama that's going on here at the set. Fukushima is an extinction event. We brought that up, and we talked about cannabis and hemp being put through as addendums for the Organic Farm Bill state in all the state senates and the federal senates, because it will be one of the last proteins that humans consume once the seafood is already decimated in the Pacific and now the Atlantic. And all the sardines are dead too now, just so you all know that, everybody. It's like, what are we doing? Are we playing games and watching fantasy TV at night? It's time that we wake up, right? And you're trying to help wake them up. And what better way than to do it at the White House right there in their lap? Am I wrong, Tom?
No, I think that's exactly what we're trying to do here with the petition, because if we can get 100,000 signatures, then they got to respond. If we don't get 100,000, we refile, and we refile the petition every 30 days until we do get the 100,000 signatures. And so if the science fiction geeks and all the guys out there can get the 100,000 for the Death Star and have Obama respond to that, we should be able to get 100,000 signatures for Fukushima, because this is going to be going on for at least 40 years. The soldiers on the Ronald Reagan who filed suit, they got nothing out of the deal. So they're now taking to freezing the land under the plant to try to keep the water from going out into the ocean. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. The more research you do into it, this is an extinction level event. It's a slow bleed of radiation into the Pacific that will continue. It's not going to stop.
Real quick, Tom, I want to mention this real fast, then we'll get to Professor Gizmo. I see you reaching for this. This is, if we can get this on here. I was going to mention that many years ago I worked with Dr. Yul Brown, and Dr. Brown's gas, people need to understand this right away. It's called Brown's gas, or go on hydroxy gas on YouTube. Teach yourselves. There's some great people. You can build equipment in your garage. We're going to have to start using this technology because it neutralizes all nuclear material instantly. You can go on and learn about that. Type in Michael Wells Mandeville nuclear chemistry. Patent that we filed in 1993 that lasted about 2 days, and it was black box. Why? Because it would put the Bechtel nuclear storage out of business. We could run our entire system on water completely. And not only that, but we can neutralize all nuclear material instantly, and the water that you drink from it is also instantly neutralized as you're driving your car or heating your community up with only water. Boy, oh boy, those oil companies don't like you guys hearing about that. I wonder why the mics aren't working. What do you think? Anyway, so y'all know about that. The cannabis industry needs to realize that they're more important than these people who want to think that it's just a bunch of hippies smoking drugs. No, it's actually helping remove nuclear contamination from the human body, from the soil, from the water, and hemp may be the only protein left for humans to consume. We better get our act together again. And thanks for doing it, Tom. Tell us a little bit more about the petition. What can he do?
Okay, well, the petition's up at whitehouse.gov. Just type in full disclosure, Fukushima now. We're also in contact with several groups in Japan, some people actually in Fukushima Township. They're planning an August 6th day of action, and we're going to be doing more information about that on the Pangea Archival Network. Perhaps we can do a day of action where we do it in several cities around the world at the same time.
I was going to mention, how do they keep track of people signing? How do you know? How do you keep track of that?
Well, it's a petition site, so when you sign, the number tally goes up. You do have to create an account at the whitehouse.gov, but that's any other petition site as well.
Make sure you only sign it once.
Right, you can only sign it once, so, and I think you do have to be an American citizen, I think, or at least in the United States. I don't doubt citizenship's required, but you got to have a zip code anyway. But definitely go sign the petition. He's showing it up on the screen now. Hopefully we can watch the numbers rapidly increase in the next few minutes. That would be awesome. Yeah. We could do like a telethon thing, you know. That could be kind of fun. Maybe we could get these guys over here on the sidelines to sing a song for you if we can get it up to 2,000 in the next 10 minutes. You know?
Well, that's the website in the background.
That's the website. Okay.
Right, right there. And that's where they can go. We'll show it real quick, and that's the information on the bottom of the screen, right?
That is it. That's the petition.
Yeah. And that's the information.
That is the information at the bottom of the screen as far as I can tell on the monitor over there. Yes, it is.
And so it will tell you how many people have signed it already?
At present, it looks like 1,582 people have signed it.
That's not bad.
That's not great, but it's not bad. It's better than some of the petitions up there.
Watch it grow.
Could always be worse.
It could be worse,
It sure
but
could be.
if it doesn't make it to the 100,000 in this 30 days, then it'll be back next month, and the month after, and the month after, and the month after.
You guys have been out in the. So where are you getting petitions signed at here in Seattle? Where are you getting signed? Where?
We were out at Pike Street Market last weekend. Some people may remember this lovely young lady over here handing out petitions at the market. Most people acted like we're trying to hand them a live snake. But I guess that's to be expected because we're right here on the coastline, and any mention of Fukushima automatically makes people uncomfortable because they don't want to think about the invisible radiation or the fact that the entire Pacific Ocean seems to be dead, as several reports are coming in. One guy took his catamaran from Hawaii to Australia. He said what he saw en route was one tumored whale and plastic.
Yeah. Can you believe that? Can you
So
believe that?
I can believe it, yes.
So,
The fact that the starfish are melting in Puget Sound from a mysterious disease, I think we might know where the mysterious disease is coming from. People are having some pretty serious health effects along the west coast of the United States, and there doesn't seem to be any mention of Fukushima in the news. It's just like the Gulf oil spill. It's now, nobody's talking about it.
Real quick, Tom. If once you get, how many signatures you want? 100,000? Is that it?
100,000 in 30 days.
100,000 in 30 days. Today is the. When was it? When did you set it up? What day?
It is set up on here. We have until January 18th, or no, we have until February 18th to get the 100,000 signatures. So if we don't make it by February 18th, we'll refile. We'll do it by March 18th, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until we do get the petition passed through.
So keep posted, just in case we don't make it this first time. We'll need you the second time, and spread the awareness.
Right, Pangea Archival Network sponsoring the petition. You can find us on Facebook. We have about 20 pages on Facebook, various regions around the country and the planet. So we're not hard to find. Our information's at the bottom of the page as well. So stay updated on this. We're not going to stop, and we have other petitions in the works aside from this one. So
What is actually in the petition? What do you actually? What is going to be accomplished? So they get full disclosure of, okay, disclosure meaning, do you have it outlined? Do you need more input?
all the information that they have you fill in. Right
How about volunteers to help people with the ability to add more to this petition? Can you add more to it? It's not just in stone yet, is it? You can add more to it, more disclosure, more subpoena power, meaning disclosure.
The White House would give you. I would suspect that when you get your 100,000 signatures, the White House would probably contact you at that point.
Okay.
So either that or before that, some national news is going to be contacting us. But the petition, as it reads, it says, "We, the people of the world, want full and complete disclosure concerning the impacts, effects, and consequences of the Fukushima disaster."
Down so they can see you. They can
All
see
right.
you on TV.
We cannot address an extinction-level event without true and faithful revelations from those in power. Pam believes that together we can make a difference. Let us prove that by making the White House respond to this petition. Okay, well.
You got to do it right.
You gotta hold the
As we mentioned, got to mention, this is a sabotage set operation because we have been completely sabotaged, but we're still going to do what we have to do. I apologize for everybody having to have to deal with that. It's not your fault. It's not our fault. It's somebody who's very good at doing it, and so we have to live with it this time. Maybe they'll fix the mics. Maybe they'll point and get out there. Maybe we can get some funding too. You need funding?
Pan always needs funding. We have a GoFundMe link to help us get the petition going too. And so if you go to GoFundMe and find Fukushima Full Disclosure Now, or I don't know if he has it available to be brought up on the screen. Do you have the GoFundMe link available to show the people?
I don't know. Is it up here?
I believe it is.
Is it? While you're talking, I'll
Okay.
bring it up. What do you think?
Okay. So the GoFundMe link for the full disclosure on Fukushima will be coming up on the screen here in just a few
Okay,
seconds.
Where would I find it? GoFundMe, right?
Hang on, we already had it open, remember?
Oh, you did. Oh. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's
why we had
it.
all that open.
Awesome. That's GoFundMe, and what is
That
the-
very vibrant red radioactive biohazard sign.
Okay.
It does include both.
Okay, that's it right there, right? That's where they gotta go.
That's it.
That's where you gotta go.
Okay, and so we got it sitting right here in the background. Oops. Hi, Professor. Anyway, so that's it. We should have put it at the bottom of the screen. So you guys, what are you asking for? What are you trying to accomplish?
We're trying to get at least $1,000 up because they're printing the flyers and putting the ads in things like The Stranger and the Seattle Weekly and the various newspapers and TV stations in the area. If we're actually going to get the 100,000 signatures, we're going to have to get some ads out there. So if anybody at The Stranger or the PI or any of the other local publications or stations wants to help us get the image and the petition out there, then contact us. All the contact information's here in this broadcast. And hopefully we'll be hearing from some of you in the near future because this is something that's not going to go away. It's the next 40 years at least at this level, unless there's another earthquake or tidal wave or something else, which is likely. So then but for the next 40 years, at least 300 million gallons of radioactive water a day are going into the Pacific Ocean.
300 tons of radioactive water.
All right, 300 tons of radioactive water a day. That's still a lot of radioactive water to be dumping into the ocean every day.
300 tons.
300 tons.
Yes.
Right? And so that's just going to accumulate in there, and everything from the bottom of the food chain to the top of the food chain is going to die. And so we need to do something about Fukushima. This is something that everybody should be talking about, not ignoring, because when we get the cancer from the winds blowing straight here into Seattle, we're not going to ignore that. So why should we ignore it now? If your house is falling down, you don't sit there and wait till the roof's collapsed. You actually get up and fix it. There's a problem. We need to get up and fix it.
Yeah. Tom, I'm gonna scroll as you talk. Keep explaining
Okay.
what you're trying to accomplish, that you need contributions. You also need people to help out.
Well, yeah,
Get
we got,
petitions signed, right?
of course, on Facebook you can find us. There's actually an event scheduled on Facebook, and it's shared all over the walls and the pages. You can't miss it. And so come into the event, contact us. I'll send you the flyers that we got. We've made some handy dandy flyers with some 10 facts on the back and the petition site on the front. And so get a hold of us. I'll send you the JPEGs. You can print them out.
Bring that up again. Let me show a close up of that. Hold on.
Mine has folds in it.
Oh yeah, is there one that's not all folded?
They're all folded.
They're all folded at this
They're all
point.
folded?
All right.
They're all folded at this point.
They're all folded at this point. So
Anyway, that's what they're gonna learn.
that's one side, and there's the other side with the 10 facts.
Okay. All right.
And so
Plus they can help you out here over Fukushima. But we're doing the best we can, right? It's
we're
like-
doing what we can. I
You
mean,
are.
PAN
Yeah.
is a new nonprofit here in the Seattle area where our mission statement is to document the past and present effects on the First Nations of the world. Obviously, there's a lot of First Nations that are Pacific Islanders. There's a lot that live along the coast of the United States. We're always anticipating that these nations will contact us. We're doing outreach to them as well, see what the effects of Fukushima and some of the other things like the pipelines and various things that are going on up in Canada. We're in contact with Idle No More, we're in contact with AIM, we're in contact with a lot of groups. And as you can see, we have some support from Anonymous as well. So that is going to help to go a long way to get these signatures and to raise awareness.
How did you get? That's incredible. You got Anonymous to do that. That's
didn't
amazing.
Get them to do anything.
You got 1,600 hits on that already.
I don't get Anonymous to do